All right, spear. I'm gonna trade the fan out. I'm gonna go grab that grenade.
Hey, what's up you guys? So I'm sorry to approach this so informally. This video was originally going to be a first look at the Godox DP400ii's, but after Nick and I spent 8 hours in the studio with them, I decided that it was worth doing a full review on them, even though that we only had that 1 8-hour day with them. So some of this video is going to be set up as if I was just doing a first look and first thoughts, but I decided that I was going to make it a full review after having that much time with them. I may update this review in the future with even more time with them, but we're going to jump into the video now.
Hey, what's up you guys? Nick here, and as you can see, we're back in the studio. I'm here today with Nick Del Duca. Aaliyah is going to be here later, and we're going to be testing out what we're going to talk about today. Now, I teased in a short earlier about the future of this studio, and from the looks of it, it's going to be a permanent location for our photo sessions as well as our videos. So today we're going to talk about how to set up studio lighting for under $1,000, and this is more of a pro level setup. We have some cool little modifiers here. We're going to talk about those in just a minute, but I actually have to go over the list because I'm not smart enough to remember it all. But we got a pair of Godox DP400ii's, which is Godox's Pro Studio Lighting. Now, these are the 400 watts. They make a 600 watt and a 1200 watt for a studio size of this space, or if you're setting up at your home for a home studio, 400 watts is gonna be about where you want to be. We have a 165S umbrella, 2 of the Godox large strip boxes, a Neewer C-stand and light stand, a Godox 28-inch beauty dish, 26-inch beauty dish, which I'm actually really excited because it's been a long time since I've used a beauty dish. The Sukani large globe, which is a really cool modifier for light that we're not going to be using today in this video, but we will be using it in the future. The Godox trigger that I showed you in my Godox video with the 850, I'm gonna link that right up there. This is an X1TS. So we have the Godox snoot. This is going to act as a modifier that makes it look like you're using a spotlight. I'm not sure what these two do. I'm sure Nick Del Duca does, and I'm sure we're going to use them in the future, as well as the Godox X1T trigger. So we're going to be taking photos in high key today. We're going to go over the setup. I'm going to show you exactly how I set it up, why I set it up the way that I did, as well as go over the way I set up the reflectors, the background, and the modifiers. So let's go check it out, you guys. Was that a nod to cue me?
Yes, it was.
So for those of you laughing at me right now, these are actually protective mounts. They're not light modifiers. They go on to the end of your light in order to protect it when you don't have a modifier on it. I hope you guys are all enjoying the good laugh you got at my expense. I've never used these because I've never had them before. Let's check out our setup. So we have a single DP400iii right here with a strip modifier. We have an egg carton grid on here, and that helps us focus the light a little bit better. It directs it to the shape of the actual light modifier. We may take this off in the middle of the photo session, and I'll explain why in just a moment. Up here we have our gigantic umbrella. Again, with the Godox DP400iii, we have it set on the Neewer C-stand. We have a Neewer light stand under our strip box, which we are going to be replacing with an air-cushioned one. But this right up here is going to be our main light. This right here is going to be what illuminates the model, brings out the highlights. That's going to be the key light that we're going to hope to capture in Aaliyah's eye. This one right here, we are using more as a fill light. This is going to fill in some of the shadows, specifically when in high key, you get some nasty shadows on the white background. So we're going to do everything in our power to get rid of those shadows. I don't like having them. I like to have the model look as if they are standing in a big white empty space. We don't have a big white room, so we're going to do the best with what we have. Because of that, I have a reflector right here. Not only is it blocking some of the storage back there, so it's easier in post, but this is going to help reflect some of the light from that into this back area, as well as this big reflector right here will hopefully help bounce the light from our key light as well as the light from our fill light onto that background to try and create a nice, smooth, even, shadow-free background. If that does not work, we are going to be taking that modifier off, the grid off of that, so that we get a much wider spread with that. And if that still doesn't work, we're going to replace that with a beauty dish and we'll put it right over her head. So let's jump into the session.
Spread your fan out. Just like, that was so cool. We're going to have to get a speed shot where you're doing that. All right, so I want you to face that way with your body. Come forward this way just a hair. Perfect. Put the spear down. Fan up like this Just like that. Perfect. And that's what I like to see in high key. So hold that pose again, except I want you to bring the fan right up, just like that. Bring the spear back just a hair, right there.
This fan's nice. I like the colors.
I like the colors. They really pop with the lights too. Now I'm gonna have you bring the fan up. Just like that. So I want you to face with just your face that way, just a little towards me, just like that. And actually, I'm gonna take the spear. I'm gonna have you I'll have you hold the fan up, and then very slowly, I'll count you down from 3. Just move the hair over your ear. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Spear. I'm going to trade the fan out. I'm going to go grab that grenade. Where did you put that spear? There it is. Do I need to adjust the wing? Oh, no, actually, those look really good. Okay, so I'm going to have you stand like this and hold the spear like that. And actually, I really liked when you were looking at the tip of the spear, so we're going to start off like that. And then your right foot, if you want to go a little higher on your tippy toe. Just like that. That's perfect. Now look right over at me. So I'm going to do a power pose. Again, if you want to put the end of the spear in front of your right foot, and then that's perfect. Keep your left hand where it's at right now, but I will have you after a couple shots bring it up and just very, very gently. And actually, start out by looking right over down there. Perfect, just like that. Now look down with your head. Now look up at me. Now bring your hand up. Perfect. And one more like that. Now bring it across. Hold it right there. Look right at me.
I like this spear. Did you make this?
What's that?
You make this?
The spear?
Yeah.
Shayla did.
Shayla.
So I'm going to make another
Nice
one.
spear.
I'm going to make another one that's this tall with a really long spearhead. Actually, do that again where you were looking at it. Just like that.
I'm gonna kill somebody with this.
Now look right over at me.
you made it to the end, to the actual review portion of this. As you can see from the photos that I shared so far in this video, as well as the time in the studio, that the lights work really, really well, actually, especially with that wireless trigger. It made sure I didn't have to be tethered. We didn't have to worry about anything falling over. Now, we were using them at the lowest power setting, 160, no, we were using it at 132nd, which is halfway to full power. I was at 100 ISO, 1/160th of a second, and I was at about f4. It was f4 to f5 for the vast majority of those photos. You can control those lights with the trigger. It's actually really, really cool, and I can control those lights separately. So I had an A and a B, and so I could say, okay, my main light, my big light, the big light, I want that one to be at 1/64th, really low power. And the other one, the fill light, I really want to blast out and highlight that background. So we're gonna put that at at 1/32nd. I have to say that the reason I'm doing a review instead of a first look is because after 8 hours in the studio, there's a second half to this video. We didn't even get to the part with Aaliyah on the couch. I'm going to show a picture from that. That video will be out next week. We also did 2 different outfits with Jessica with the lights using the beauty dish, and those videos will be out over the next several weeks. I think Nick and I went over it. I'm about 10 weeks behind on content, so I'm kind of jumping a little bit ahead with my content with this video here. So there's going to be some more of Jessica, some more of Ariana, some more of Molly coming up that I hope that you guys all enjoy. So make sure you are subscribed, like the video, comment your opinions. What did you think of my lighting setup? What could I have done differently? What would you have done differently? I'm always open to trying new things. What kind of lighting setups would you like to see? So out of 10 stars, what do I give the Godox DP400ii's Pro Series? I would give them a solid 10 out of 10. I've used Broncolor, I've used Alien Bees, I've used the Neewer lights. I have bounced around between so many different lights trying them out, just based on working with other photographers, and I have to say that these lights are a solid 10 out of 10. I would put them up there with the Alien Bees, and I would even put them up there with the Broncolors because of how much cheaper they are than the Broncolors, and yet they work absolutely stunning. For 800 bucks, you can do the same lighting setup in your home studio, at your small studio, whatever setup you have. So I'd give them a solid 10 out of 10. These lights are absolutely fantastic, absolutely amazing. All the other reviews from them are from a year ago. All those guys got sent these lights early. These just showed up on B&H like 2 weeks ago. This is a totally honest review just based on the photos that I've shown you so far. Now, the other half of this video with Aaliyah and the couch, that is going to be posted next Friday, and we're just going to discuss high-key photography in that video and some of the setbacks, some of the benefits, and some of the things that I don't like about it. So thank you guys so much for joining me in this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I do have a Patreon if you want to support the channel, you want to support me and the studio. It'll be linked down below, and I'll catch you all on the flip side. Bye.